After a failed attempt to add a new team to his company, William has decided it's time to develop his own software. Starting out simple, we're going to go with a antivirus, and he's decided to call it Dumpster Shield. We're going to add file encryption, file scanning, anti-theft, and application scanning, giving us an expected interest of 100%. Bernardo will be the lead designer, but it's saying we're going to need 3 designers and 4 programmers and recommended 2 artists. So we could look for a way to get those to be the same people to split the workload, but we're also going to make sure we go into advance here. Have SCM selected. Customer reach is 2 million potentially at a cost of $64 per unit. Operating system seats, $854. Physical store cut, $19. Okay. So I think we want to go ahead and make this a new framework, and we will call it the same thing, Dumpster Shield. And we come over here, and this thing has like this auto balance, which we already did pretty well. And then over here, we're gonna need to find the publisher. I think I want to do a marketing and printing job, and Shark Ferry Digital wants to take a 52% cut, it looks like, and they're expecting the release to be a year and 5 months. And do we have an estimate on here? About a year. So that's, as long as we get those employees in. But looking at these other options, try Shiz Studio. Gives us an extra month and a tiny little bit decrease on the percentage. Brainprite wants it in the same amount and only a 33%. I'm digging that. I don't know about these reputations. This looks like something that's changed since last time I played, which seems like a nice upgrade, but I think we're gonna go with the Brainprite here, and we will accept that. If you accept this deal, you're contractually obligated to release your product in June 1983. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. But I think that's gonna do it. So our first product will be getting developed. But that being said, we need to go into hiring here, and we're gonna use a little bit of money in this search, but I want to start with role. We need another designer. And secondary, I want them to be artists, and salary, so we're just gonna go high. And I do want to go ahead and select the core team to filter by compatibility, and the search is gonna cost us $2,500 for a designer artist high. Let's go ahead and begin looking. 2 people are available to us. We have Quincy Rich, who has a 3-star skill here. Looks like systems designing and 2D designing, and then art, not too great. And then Miss Webster here, about the same. So if we do this to cover, a little bit older, costs a little bit less, skills at 2 though. I don't understand that completely. Audio tool has a wider range of creativity. Hers is narrowed in at 60 to 93. I think we're gonna ask Mrs. Weber here to join the team. Now we're gonna go with main role artist, secondary role programmer, and do the same. Elvis Dennis. 2D artist all the way up, and programming is a little bit in there. I think that's gonna be a good one. But also we have Irish Barker, but we're gonna go with Elvis here, and I think we needed 2 artists. We're gonna hire both of them, so that fills all of our seats. I don't think they'll be in today. I think they'll be in tomorrow, but I could be wrong. But we're getting the design phase going. We don't have to publicize it ourselves. We'll have a publisher take care of all of the marketing efforts, and hopefully this pans out pretty well for us. And with $339,000 in the bank, we can float salaries while we develop this for a year. And if it gets close, we might grab some contracts, but we also have another, over $160,000 in our investments. Actually, $245,000. Our new employees have showed up and decided they're eating breakfast at 8 a.m. Pretty nice, so they haven't gotten to work yet. There they go. Now, I've completely forgotten about the 1981 taxes. We didn't do them for 1980. Accounting team, we're gonna have to assign this to core. We're gonna have to estimate fulfillment 45%. We're gonna have to get that going. We'll see. File within 3 months or pay a large fine. All right, we'll see how that progresses, because I totally forgot about taxes. Progress is slowly going up. Estimated fulfillment 15%. Interesting. So we're having an issue here where they can't concentrate because of noise, and I kind of want to kind of figure this all out here. So we look at complaints. We have there's nothing to do. That's fine. Under the weather, that's fine. It's raining, but too noisy. I don't understand why. The room has too much noise. The room is soothing. So which one is it, bud? Under the weather, maybe it's because it's a rainy day. We'll see how it goes. But kind of stuck on this. There we go. Iteration 3 started. Taxes are not progressing very fast. I'm a little worried about that. So if we come in here, hiring, and we go to service, and we can go accounting, secondary role would be none. And we're gonna spend, gosh, let's go to medium. We'll spend a decent amount of money. Oh, and the search is down here. That's not bad. We're gonna look here. And I mean, I don't know, is that all we hire you for? 6,000 a month just to do our taxes? And your accounting's all the way up. You're the cheapest. We're gonna hire you, but I don't know where they're gonna sit. I'm gonna play around with the layout and see if I can figure out how to sneak one more desk in here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to though. So we hired artists, but it says we have 0. Oh, recommended was 0 on this. What? I was looking at something totally different. So we have too many. We have too many. Okay, like, what a terrible boss we are here. We are gonna change Hollis's role to just service, and then let's look at all of these skills. We're gonna let Elvis go. All right, we should be good now. And with the new accountants, the tax report progress is flying now. It says estimated 65%, but that number keeps climbing to 70. Hopefully we'll be good to get it done in time. And we're gonna turn crunch on that just to get it done. We have 15 hours, and it looks like we are gonna complete it. And with 13 months to go, we finally start developing Dumpster Shield. 2% code complete. We have 13 followers, so that's gonna start increasing. Funds are starting to decrease pretty quick. I'm keeping an eye on it. We're at 189, so we do have all the bonds still, you know, the $254 in our rainy day fund, but we might have to grab a contract or two to keep money coming in while we finish developing this game, but code's going fast. We're at 20% on the first day. I think we're gonna get it out pretty early. And taking a look in December, there is an antivirus coming out, Drop Evil Blocker, and then we have ours in June of the following year. So, I mean, getting ahead of them, if we could get this out by November, would be awesome. With everyone going home for the day, we are going to send this for a review, and we can't really pick. We're gonna outsource it, and it looks like it will get picked up. We have some that are being finished. We'll let that process go. Wacky Fashions Ventures is reviewing it, and we could end it early, but we're gonna spend some money on that. And it's finished. They're saying we did an 8.9 out of 10. I wanted a little higher, so we're gonna iterate. Iteration is done, so we'll finish that. Get back, the coding dropped down to 49%, so we gotta get that back up. We'll try to get it around 75 again and get another report. Maybe when they leave today, depending on how far they are, we'll see if that 8.9 gets any higher. A formal complaint. Crunch time stress. Oh, I forgot I had that on. No wonder they're moving so fast. All right, we do want to shut that off. And is that under team? Yep, crunch time, shut off. That's why they're going so quick. All right, that'll get them happy. They'll slow down a little bit, but yeah, you see the red here, not green. So hopefully that gets fixed. But let's go ahead and send this in for another review overnight. And we see we are now at a 9.8. We're gonna iterate. We're not gonna do another review, and we're gonna finish development. If we're lucky, it'll be by the end of July. Get the bugs going. Well, June has come and gone, and we haven't really looked at our finances because there's not much to look at. If we go back to the sheets and we switch to quarterly, we did lose $120,000 Q1 and 106 in Q2. Our money is at 115,000. So looking at that number, we got one more quarter of existing funds, and we'll keep it in mind. As we start the month of September, money is getting very low. We are gonna come in here and we're gonna withdraw. We wanna keep it around $100,000 is what William has decided. And I was looking at the wrong side. So we type in here, we can't type in, let's just do 49,000. And we're going to withdraw that. And we're going to keep going. We're at 89% on code, 53 followers. Getting close to getting into that QA stage and testing this to find the bugs. And we did decide to put it into crunch time to just get it done, get development done by the end of September. And there it is, 100% done. Let's go back into the team again. And we will shut off crunch time. So they're still doing something, but we're going to promote it. And we're giving a few months. We'll see how bugs do get discovered and how many we go through. And once that number starts slowing down, maybe we'll think about releasing it. With over 100 bugs found and fixed at this point for Dumpster Shield, Williams decided he wants to beat the other studio. Drop Evil Blocker 4. We want to be out in November. So at the end of the month, once everyone goes home, we're going to fast forward time. And we're gonna come over here, hit the release button. Releasing this product now would breach your publishing contract and result in a lawsuit. Are you sure you want to continue? Why can't I do it early? That's just silly. So what we're gonna do is we'll drop the priority to 1. And we're gonna come in here and we're gonna grab a decent contract, a 4-month contract, and we're gonna accept it. Yep, we're gonna accept that contract just to get some money coming in. And we'll find as many bugs as we can still with that priority being at 1, but definitely gonna want. End of the year, we do have salaries to negotiate. Bernardo, absolutely, we're gonna accept this. And no reason not to on these other ones as well. Now, even though it's not on the calendar, it looks like this company snuck in one in May of 1982. And the other one isn't showing up yet in December, so they still have some time to release it. And with another year done, we're gonna switch to yearly view here. We lost $346,000 that year. I imagine our taxes are gonna be no money at all. So already working on filing that. We'll get it done in time, but since we lost money, we're not paying taxes. I think that'll be a little different in 1983. With $10,000 in the bank, we're fixing bugs for the City Shops logistics app. We're gonna get it shipped over to them soon. I think we need to grab our next contract, and we're gonna do a smaller one this time. Maybe this $99,000. You know what? I think we're gonna go for this $253,000 3-month one. We're gonna accept that work. Teams might feel a little overloaded, but William felt that was best to get money coming in. And we're gonna go ahead and finish the City Shop. Outstanding quality. They did find a good amount of bugs and we lost $7,000 there, but we're back to $264,000 after the paycheck from that. And we'll keep focusing on Hunky Union's logistics application. A few months to go until we can release Dumpster Shield. I went ahead and paused the Dumpster Shield for now. 230 bugs. It's been sitting there for a while. William doesn't really focus well when there's multiple tasks, so I figured that would, it's already really increased the design on this. So we'll just get to June. We'll hopefully get both of these done by June. We have to get this one done before then. So yeah, we'll get to this release and see how it does. And we have skipped ahead to June. We did grab another contract. We're gonna get that done. It is outstanding. And let's see if it'll let us release this now. It did. Dumpster Shield is a magnificent piece of work. Then we have Call Me When Anybody Can Tell Me Who Dumpster Fire Studios is. Okay. We'll probably go with the other one. Yeah. We only found some small issues here. So we got 5 stars, 4 stars, and 2 stars. And we're gonna have the support going, try to fix some bugs, and we will work on doing some upgrades on the software as well. So if we look at our release here, we're gonna go ahead and see what it'll let us do. If we can update it, SCM, we can update it to 1979, but then also we could port it to these other operating systems. So we're gonna start doing the ports. And then, so there should be 3 of them in there. And then we'll also start doing this upgrade on the system here. We'll have the team work on that. And then we could potentially have the bug fixes come into this 1.10 release as they come in on the queue. But so far our profit is a negative 144,000. It doesn't look like we have any active users. So we'll see what happens. Sparse looks like it was the marketing there. And the outstanding and ordinary for creativity, but quality was outstanding. Creativity, we're gonna have to find a better lead designer, I think. And just taking a quick little dive into income right now, we're making $380,000 so far this year. Our taxes are looking at $22,000 so far. we'll see if that changes as sales start popping in. Hopefully sales do. And we do have our first day of sales, and we have someone that can get educated as well at programming. We'll take a look at that in a second. But looking at our software here, we sold 2,300 units. That's not a lot. That's not a lot, but a good amount of them. They're all active users. We have some items in the queue now. We're going to turn that up to about a 10 on the priority. So we'll get those dropped down and hopefully see some verified bugs soon and get those fixed and get them in the 1.1 release. It is 100% done, so we're going to go ahead and release that with the bugs. That should make people happy. And we'll also come in here and click on this as well and go ahead and do another update, which is really just going to be bug fixes, and we're going to let that hang for a little bit. Another day of sales. We have another 2,000, so slow and steady it seems. Our company value is now almost $750,000. We're getting there, almost going to get to the 1 million mark. And to keep customer satisfaction going, I think once we get these bugs all fixed, once we get through the queue and then fix all the bugs that we have verified, we'll get them in the release. Queue is at 0, and yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And we're gonna let them focus on porting, and we're gonna see maybe if we can get some of this porting done, we can get a few more customers. Couple vacation days, but we now have 5,300 active users, so that number has decreased, or it didn't increase as much as it was increasing. We are gonna go ahead and get another update going, a bug fix one. No technology increase that we could do. So we'll get these 13 bugs fixed and whatever else comes in and go from there. And with only 2 employees in for the month of July due to Bernardo being in training and 2 taking vacation, we are just gonna focus on the queues and service for a little bit, see how that's going. And then it might be time to get the next iteration of this going before we expand. I want to get this money up to around 2 million before we expand, but they're bored. They caught up. Let's go ahead and get that activated again. We do have a good amount of bugs to fix, so we'll go in here and do another update, start working on the 32 bugs. Port's taking a while. Users are still steadily climbing. We have 8,500 active users with our 10,000 units sold. Not a profitable product for us, but money's looking good. William's feeling pretty good about what is happening with his company right now. And when we join you for the next episode, we're beyond to bigger and better things. Time to expand, time to work on more software, maybe a sequel to this, maybe a whole nother venture. I'm Socksway Up. Thanks for hanging out. I will catch you on the next episode of Software Inc. Dumpster Fire Studios.